Hey guys, it's LEGO Maestro here, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft News. And we're here once again to cover the biggest Minecraft speedrun YouTuber in the world, known as Dream. Now, unfortunately, last week he actually got doxxed, and there was a lot of controversy and publicity going around about this. But today I am here to cover his response that he put out yesterday. Now, there's one main thing you need to know before the video gets started, and that is that there are some mature topics in this video. So if you're not really that comfortable with mature topics, then this video probably isn't for you. And the second thing is, before the video gets started, if you guys do like Dream and you want to stay up to date with his SMP and what he's up to, then I think you would genuinely really like my channel. So if you would consider subscribing, that would really mean a lot. At least checking out a video or two and you could see what I do. And with that, you guys, let's get into the vid. Now, once again, as I mentioned, last week Dream unfortunately got doxxed. It was a very messy situation, and of course I am not going to get into that. I don't think there's any backstory that you really have to know, except for one part, and it's because it's a key part of what Dream responded to in his response. Now, supposedly in the docs there was an archive of Dream's ex posting on Twitter about him cheating on her, showing screenshots of text messages between what looks like Dream and another girl. Now, that being said, there was also supposedly tweets from the girl Dream was texting in these pictures saying that Dream wasn't cheating on his ex because, well, Dream and his ex weren't even dating at the time he was messaging this girl from the text messages. Now, I'm not going to say who's right and who's wrong, but the main thing I'm going to say is there were some serious accusations against Dream. Now, people weren't sure if Dream was even going to respond to this dox or the allegations or anything, but yesterday he did make this tweet. He posted this on his second Twitter account saying, "Very important information, read," with a TwitLonger link. Now, before I read this, I just want to say that the majority of his TwitLonger is about his ex-girlfriend and the accusations that I was telling you about earlier that were made against him. It is a very long post, but it has a lot of serious and important information, so I genuinely do recommend that you listen to all of it. Now, that being said, there is one paragraph that I'm going to cover rather than read because of the serious topics in it, but if you're interested to read it, the link is in the description. Alright guys, with that, let's get into it. He starts his TwitLonger by saying, "Recently, there's been a lot of drama going around involving me getting doxxed and subsequent drama involving that. I generally like to keep drama off my platform, so I've been keeping on not addressing anything in a super public way. There's a lot of important stuff that I want to talk about in this document, although I'm going to try to keep it as concise as I can. I'm going to try to get as much drama out of the way as I can. Section 1, the doxing summary. Recently, a dox was released by a group of individuals in an attempt to harass and expose me. They said that this was due to the fact that I was egotistical and that I was not a good person in general. Obviously, whether someone is a good person or not is completely up for debate, but regardless of that, no one deserves to be harassed in that way. This group of people attempted to release information about my family, about me, and about my friends. And obviously, some things were true and others were false." And section 2, my ex-girlfriend. And the remainder of his post is about his ex-girlfriend. And this is where the more mature stuff comes in, so if this is not something you're comfortable with, I'm just letting you know. He says, "This is going to be a longer section than the last one because I think it's important to talk about. Back around 3 years ago, I got into a relationship. This person was a very loving and caring person, and there are a lot of good memories there. She was very encouraging, and if it wasn't for her, I'm not sure I would even have ever started YouTube. She encouraged me to pursue my passion and work as hard as I did when I first started. She helped me with my logo, she helped me be less of a noob at Twitter and Instagram as well. Although we fell off shortly after I started my YouTube channel, I honestly have held on to what we had and I really appreciated it. I think this is important to start off with." Now, the next paragraph of his TwitLonger is one I'm not going to read, and it goes into the serious personal things that she's been dealing with and has been dealing with in the past. Now, he explains how this affected their relationship, and he said at the beginning of their relationship it was very fun and fruitful, but things definitely took a turn for the worst. Now, he ended his second paragraph by saying this. "I cared a lot about her and her well-being, and I still do now, even if that time period was one of the toughest time periods of my life." Starting the next paragraph, he says, "Recently, she's been flip-flopping on being positive or negative about me in public and private. A lot of people have been trying to paint me as a horrible person based on the things that she's said. At some points in the past, she said that I did all of these awful things to her that I am not going to show here, and she has since admitted that all of these things are false. And as far as I'm aware, she has told every person personally that these things are not true. I would never do those things to anybody, and it disgusts me to hear those things said. She told me that the reason that she said these things is because friends that she would meet would be fans of mine, and she wanted them to like her for her, and not because she was Dream's ex. So her intention on doing that was to make them hate me. Again, she's in a horrible time period in her life, and I really want to help her get the help she needs. I've been in contact with her mom, and I have offered any help that I could possibly give her. I have never talked negatively about her in public because I know that anything I say would be used as justification for hating on her, and that would contribute terribly to her mental health. I don't want anyone sending her hate, and I encourage anyone sending her hate to reflect. There are lots of people that make mistakes in the world, and not all of them have a popular ex-boyfriend though. She doesn't deserve any more hate than anyone else. There are certain people that try and seek her out and cancel or harass her for things she's done in the past. But I really hope that me talking in detail about this will make them stop. I don't want anyone sending hate on my behalf, and I have said that on many occasions. The reason this is relevant to the doxing though, is because she has recently been in contact with people that want to harm me or to my family. Again, I like to see the best in people, and I like to think that people that are taking advantage of people with mental health issues are true horrible people, and not the people with mental health issues. From what I've heard, she said a variety of things that are not true in an effort to hurt my career or make people stop being fans of mine. I was surprised when I heard this, because even still as of yesterday, she would message me saying that she loves me and wants me back, and that she's trying to get help, and I thought we were friendly with each other. A lot of the things that have been said are obviously not true, and lead me to believe that she was taken advantage of by the people who really do want to harm me. I think that people taking advantage of people with mental health issues is a huge problem in today's world, and this is a really good example of that. I truly believe that when my ex is healthy and stable, she is a wonderful person. One of the things she said is that I don't care about YouTube and that I only do it for money. That I'm going to quit in a year and leave everything behind. To me, this is clearly ridiculous, as YouTube is my passion. I've been doing YouTube since I was around 10 on different accounts, and I've been playing Minecraft for about as long. I'm extremely passionate about creativity and have always wanted to be a YouTuber. I know that she knows this, so I know this isn't something she believes. Another thing that she said is incredibly negative things about my appearance, saying that I'm obese or that I'm ugly or disgusting, going as far as to say that I catfished her when we dated. She has never said this publicly, but she has said this in private to her past partners in order to make them not like me. Obviously, she says these things in order to hurt my reputation and make me look bad, as well as make herself feel better for the things she's done. As for the catfish thing, this is very easily provable as false, and I know that she knows this, which is why she's never said it publicly. I was fairly open about my relationship at the time to my friends and family, and my family can easily confirm that. Shortly after we met in person, she moved in with me, and we lived together for almost a year. It wasn't a purely online relationship. She has gone as far as to show fake pictures of me to people she was involved with and tell every single bad tale about me in order to make them not like me. As for my appearance, she knows that I don't plan on doing a face reveal until after COVID, so she's known that she can spread everything, and the only way I can counter it is by releasing a face reveal. I'm not going to give in to that. All I can say is that I have met in person with now multiple people that can confirm independently that she lies. On top of that, she hasn't seen me in over a year and doesn't even know anything new about me other than public stuff. Regardless, insulting someone's looks is something that no one should do, and I feel terrible for anyone that has released a fake picture of me, because they will undoubtedly receive tons of hate and negative things said about them, and that's just horrible. Another thing that was said is that I have a contract with George and others that prevents them from saying anything negative about me, and that they get a revenue split of my channel in exchange for that. That it's a money operation, and that none of us actually care about each other or YouTube. I know that sounds incredibly dumb already, but I thought I would just mention it. Although I do like to spoil my friends, I will go on record and say that they do not get a revenue split of my channel, nor do they get paid for being in any of my videos. Obviously we have contracts, but that's just standard business. I've known Sapnap for about 9 years and we've been best friends for most of it. I helped Sapnap and George with all of their videos and they didn't even post on YouTube before I started YouTube. We've been together since the beginning and I love both of them like brothers. Bad Boy Halo 2. There's a video of her from a few weeks ago talking about how I'm an amazing person and how much she enjoyed our relationship. She's also posted TikToks with her laughing about old stories and my character in the background. I like to think that this is the real her, and not the things that she says when she's being manipulated. I truly think that she is the victim here, and I really don't support any hate towards her at all. She deserves support and care and to be helped by the people who care about her. Mental health is a serious issue, and she's been going through problems for a long time. One of the reasons that I was afraid to say anything about this is because I really don't want any harm to come to her. I know that if she gets help, she can be a wonderful person, and I want that for her. I thought that this became important enough to talk about, though. And that is how he ended his post. So if there's one thing to take away from that, it is that he does not want hate sent to his ex-girlfriend. Now, there are other parts in this tweet longer that are very important to note that are apart from the doxing situation. For example, he says he doesn't plan to do a face reveal until after COVID, which naturally invites the idea that he plans to do one in the first place. But overall, there is a lot of info in this, and if you guys want to read it in more detail or reread it, that is in the description, you guys. But overall, I think this is a really serious topic, and we should treat it as such. So with that, you guys, that is going to do it for this video. And to end off, I have a scripture verse for you guys that I think Dream would definitely approve of, and that is Luke 6:31. And that says, "Do unto others as you would have them do to you." So an example of that is if you don't want hate coming to you, you shouldn't send it out to anybody else. And with that, you guys have a truly blessed day. The channel now over 131,000 subscribers. And I will see you next time.